Hey guys, it's Carrie, and today's video is the start of a new series called Where Do I Keep It All? The number one question I get from my viewers is, where do I store all of my entertaining stuff? Well, the answer is all over my home, thus the need for a series. I will be posting 3 separate videos showing how and where I store all of my things. But wait, I have a special treat. I have 2 wonderful organizers / entertainers that will be helping me kick off my series. First up is Be My Guest with Denise. Denise is a fabulous hostess and an expert organizer. Just look at her stockpile and pantry. I cannot wait to see what organizational tips Denise has. I have my pen and paper ready to take notes. Next up is Haute On Design with Tamela. Tamela is an interior decorator extraordinaire. She also loves to entertain. Somehow entertaining and decorating go hand in hand. Tamela has a beautifully appointed home, and I cannot wait to see what she has to share as it relates to storing her entertaining pieces. The first way to store your entertaining pieces is to display the items as a grouping. Here I have 3 chafing dishes stored on the top of my kitchen cabinets. They look wonderful because they are all similar and they look like they belong together in a group. Okay, here's just kind of like a scan of the kitchen. I cannot believe I'm showing you guys my kitchen. This is my least favorite space in my home because oak is so not my style. I absolutely cannot stand oak, but when we purchased this home 11 years ago, there were a lot more, good qualities to this home than the kitchen, so we had to sacrifice on that. And I just can't believe someone actually pick it. It was new construction, and the family that was going to move in, the father got relocated, so they had to put the house back on the market. They never moved in or anything, and the only thing that was left for us to choose was the flooring, but all the cabinetry was chosen, and we said, we can do something with that. And here we are 11 years later, these same ugly oak cabinets. Like, look at this piece right here. Let me zoom in. Who does that? This is so ancient looking. That's so old fashioned. It's so ugly to me. To me, it's ugly. Okay guys, after that little rant, I wanted to show you another example of storing your items as a grouping. So on the other side of my kitchen at the top, I have all of my glassware stored. And a quick tip is for your apothecary jars, you can turn the lids upside down and have them going into the jars so that they will fit on top of your cabinetry. And also, if you're going to store items on top of your cabinet, make sure that they can be washed because the items do get a little bit dusty and grungy. There are also a couple of items that you do not want to store at the top, and those are items that you cannot get your hand all the way down into because it will be hard to actually clean those out. And here are a couple of examples of those types of items. So here are 2 examples of items that I would not store on top of my cabinet. This decanter right here, because I cannot get my hand down in there, and this takes a special brush to clean out. And the other one is this type of decanter. It's very hard to clean out, and actually I would actually stick some type of cotton or rag or a spear on top of that just to make sure that dust will not collect inside of it. So the next way to display some entertaining pieces is to display your items as part of your decor. In here is our parlor room, and we have a buffet set up, a buffet table in here, and it's pretty much set like this for the most part until we actually entertain. Then we will switch it out and decorate it or prepare it for entertaining our guests. But the items that are on this buffet, we actually moved them, and I took them off and put them on the temporary buffet that I had in my eat-in kitchen. And that's another way I use my items. I just go from room to room, taking decor that's in other rooms and other spaces and repurposing them and using them for the current space that I'm trying to design. So that's another tip. Display your items as decor and move them around. And that's when I talk about shopping your home. I just go all over my home, look for decor, and actually place it in other places. And I will be sharing with you the contents of this buffet in an upcoming video on the second episode of this series. Okay, and the final way in displaying your items is to display them as artwork. Here I have these 3 large vases that are in my niches, and I move those around, and you actually probably saw one of those green vases in my $5 Goodwill Summer Challenge when I actually put one on my temporary buffet then. When I'm finished using it at the buffet, I put it back downstairs in its proper place in the niche. And here's another example of displaying as artwork. Please don't judge me. Yes, that's a Merry Christmas sign. Yes, it's been there since last year. But I just wanted to show how you can put a large piece of artwork up, switch it out whenever you need. And in addition to being artwork on a wall, you can take this down and actually make it a tabletop. Okay guys, I wanted to show you how I use that picture frame as a table. So if you look at this picture here, the tabletop is actually that picture frame flipped over upside down. I put some linens on top of it, and then put a mirror that I actually took down, the contractor grade mirror for my bathroom. It actually fit perfectly over the top. So my circular table became a square table, and we set that up. And the chairs, I just took chairs out of my dining room and placed them in my eating kitchen area. And then that really tall settee in the back, I actually just pulled that couch out of my craft room and put that there at the table. And that's just a way I show you how I just move things around from my home, take them off the wall, and do things like that. And then you wonder, where do you store all of that? It actually goes back into the room that it belongs to once I'm done, and I'm really not taking up any additional space. Okay guys, I am now down in our basement, and I'm standing in what we refer to as our boom boom room. So we have this wall of wood here where our TV is situated, and on each side flanking the TV are some cutouts, and those cutouts are fairly large. They're about a little over 4.5 feet, almost 5 feet tall, and we use these, we're always decorating them. We use those for parties, and those are switched out. They're kind of like my window displays, and I can just put giant pieces of artwork. Maybe a table in there, it may be some pillows in there, because we can turn that into seating. It runs the gamut, but I just look at these as kind of like my window displays, and we just kind of change them out all the time. Now here is the other side of the cabinetry. As you can see, it's all adjoining, so the entire room is kind of filled with this custom cabinetry. And then if you look at in the center here, I guess you guys can kind of see a running theme going. I just want to kind of show you where I tape, and now you can just see at the top like how raggedy and ratchet my get up is. I just take a tension rod and put on some fabric, and then I just try to keep the camera down here so you don't really see all the craziness on the sides. But yeah, that's how it looks when I'm not zooming in. So the cool thing about this cabinetry system is that everywhere that you don't see a cutout, that is storage, hidden storage behind there. So this unit over here is my fabric closet, and I will be sharing my fabric closet with you at a later date once I finish putting that together. And the walls behind here house like a lot of games and PlayStation, Wii's, and all of the things that go with that. And a lot of tall items are just kind of stored behind those walls there. So I'm going to show you what's behind one of these doors, and I'm going to show you the doors that have decorative items that I use for entertaining. That really has no rhyme or reason. Nothing matches up. Nothing's pretty because everything is all over the place, all different kinds of themes and stuff. Remember how I showed you display things that match or unique in a group? Well, this is how I store things that are, not grouped together, that don't look alike, that are all very dissimilar. You just hide them behind a closet because there's no way to make it look pretty. So let me show you what's inside. So here's what's inside this particular set of doors. You know, the organization is still not the best. When we designed and built this unit 11 years ago, we knew we wanted storage, but we did not know what we were going to store in it. And now the next space for storage is our bar area. And in our bar area, we store a lot of our overflow glasses that are not contained in the cabinets upstairs in our kitchen. And we also store our hard liquor down here, and you know, our ciders and things like that. And also in the bar area, we have a refrigerator, a microwave, in order to, you know, entertain with our guests. And also there's a TV and a PlayStation over our bar area for entertainment purposes. Okay, and then right off to the side of the bar, I wanted to kind of show you this little narrow hallway. But coming down this hallway, you see two doors here. It's a little bit too narrow in the hallway for me to get a shot, and I don't know if the lighting is good, but in that first door, our hot water heater and our furnace is in there, and it's kind of just unfinished raw space. And there's a little bit of storage area in there, so we just have some leftover wood and stuff when we were doing the floor, and some leftover marble tile for, you know, the flooring when we did our basement a while back. And we've just saved it because we never know what we could possibly use that for. Then that second door is actually storage, more storage. And what we actually store in those doors are, if you take a look all the way down the hallway, you'll just see, you know, from if you watch my progressive dinner, this is a table I set up. And you see very carefully, never cleans up all the way. I'll get all the way down to, does this really need to be put away? And then I'll stop. And so I'm like, do I really need to change the linens on that and do all of that when I'm going to just have to redo it? So I'm going to leave it there until I do my What Up Witches Halloween party, and then I'll change it. But until then, it'll stay there. But anyway, what goes in that second door are these tables. So when I take all the linens off and I'm completely done with using that area, we put our card tables, we store that in there. We store like our really large easels when we want to you know, display very, very large signs that are like 4 feet or larger. So it's just all these tools, really large platters, things that are really, really huge go into this closet right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first part of my series, and please be sure to check out the other ladies. And until next time, keep calm and carry on.